I first met Winnie Lau at a photo shoot where I was one of many yoga teachers being featured. I liked Winnie's style a lot, and I just knew I wanted to work with her again. Winnie is a former engineer and is a self-taught lifestyle and still life photographer based in New York City. She's smart, talented, and has a mild manner and is super low-key. Being naturally a shy type myself, I felt very safe in the knowledge that Winnie could support me in my goals. Along with my sister Wati, I credit Winnie Lau and only a few other photographers with teaching me about how to get comfortable in front of the camera and how to make the most of my shoot time. I have a lot to be grateful for working with professionals like Winnie and with my Lululemon team. In this video, I'll take you along on my shoot with Winnie and I'll narrow down my tips while telling you how I prepared and what I learned from the shoot. My number one tip would be to communicate with your photographer. Share your vision and ideas in order to capture the essence you're aiming for. For this shoot, I had emailed Winnie ahead of time, and I made myself clear in that my aim was to get a wide variety of interesting shots for social media. At the time, I was an active Lululemon ambassador, so I had prepared some nice outfits and also practiced and thought through some poses. I wanted to elevate my social media, and I knew Winnie could take me there. Which brings me to tip number 2. Practice the poses you want to cover, especially those that showcase your strengths and flexibility. For this shoot, my aim was to get a variety of shots of close-ups, distant and in poses, getting into poses, etc., which I could use to post on Facebook and Instagram. I also ended up using some of these pictures as headshots and as great pictures for thumbnails on my YouTube videos. As such, I didn't really need to practice poses, but I did end up doing both yoga and karate poses, which made me quite tired. The point was, I was ready to go with the flow and see where our mood took us. Winnie is super creative, and she came up with some suggestions as the light changed and as she saw different angles which were flattering and which made me look my best. If you asked me what my third tip is, it would be really about wardrobe selection. Choosing clothing that complements your body but allows comfort of movement really is key. Lululemon required me to wear their brand exclusively at the time, so they helped to provide the various outfits I wore in this shoot. Winnie took a look at all the outfits, and as we moved through the shoot, Winnie also advised on color combinations of the tops and the bottoms, which were ones I might not have chosen for myself. All the outfits came out looking great, and we did several outfit changes. All the outfit combinations ended up giving me so many great money shots, quote unquote, for ultimate use later on in social media. Normally, I would say familiarize yourself with the location, which is tip number 4. I would normally say visit the shoot location or know what to expect of the surroundings. Plan your poses to match what the environment can allow you to do. However, this time, Winnie actually chose a location she knows well, a photo studio, which is an old warehouse. The light was moody and just what we needed. I trusted Winnie to create a wide variety of shots, which would meet my goals, as I mentioned earlier, and in this shoot, it wasn't that key that I knew the space well ahead of time. So this next tip, I know sounds obvious, but it's often overlooked. You need to hydrate and you need to bring healthy snacks. Stay hydrated leading up to the shoot and have a light, nutritious meal to ensure energy levels are optimal. Bring snacks and water for during and after the shoot. And don't forget, be well rested ahead of the actual shoot. We shot for over 2 hours and it can be hard to keep the energy up and to look good at the same time. For this shoot, I didn't know I'd end up doing a lot of karate action shots, so I was very glad for the snacks and the water I brought along. When you fatigue, it can really show on the camera, and your flagging energy levels can influence whether you get your money shots or not. So never take this tip for granted. Lastly, tip number 6, which can also be underestimated. It's maintain relaxation techniques before and during the shoot in order to manage your stress. You might not think you need to pay attention to this one, but if you get nervous in front of the camera, calming practices can come in very handy. I do a lot of deep breathing to calm me, as I can get anxious, and I do breath practices just to keep me relaxed and present and in the moment. It's surprising how much the camera picks up in facial expressions and body language. So if you're not calm, veins can pop up on your face and tension shows in the neck and the jaw. I find that breath work helps keep me creative. If I'm not relaxed, I would likely give in to fatigue before we get the actual shots we need. So having calm clarity actually helps with my ideas. I really hope these tips were helpful, and good luck for your next photo shoot.